Recently, Bitcoin has reached $64,000. Frankly, we are extremely close to Bitcoin's all-time high, which set its price at $68,000. If in previous videos we analyzed the long term of Bitcoin and Ethereum, this time we will pay attention to altcoins. Because if you notice, and if we take Cardano as an example, we realize that altcoins, unlike Bitcoin and Ethereum, are nowhere near their all-time highs. So consider all the existing potential range that altcoins have before reaching the levels that we all want the crypto market to reach soon. Well, look, getting close to Cardano's all-time high puts its price at a potential appreciation of 270. But hey, look at Cardano. We are in its daily time frame, at the price level of $0.67, where we have this horizontal line, its creek. We have defined this level as extremely important for the market. And notice how Cardano is currently struggling to break through that trend line. We will pay great attention and focus on the following reading. If we value this entire range as a bullish accumulation process, the idea that Cardano will one day be able to break strongly and confirm structures could project it towards bullish trends in the long term. And considering that in the previous video we analyzed the long term of Bitcoin and Ethereum, where the message was to flow with the bullish trend, in this video we will see if altcoins make sense, that sooner rather than later they update and rise as we would all like, or if instead it is more of a dream than a potential reality. We will study that in this video. Look, now we are going to the 15-minute time frame. Well, if you remember, we were working on something like this, like a bullish channel, and when the price was around this area, what we were observing in a more medium-term analysis. Well, here you will see, on the same asset, an analysis of the medium term and another of the immediate term. Now you will understand. When the price was at this point for the medium term, what we expected was for the price to continue in its range to eventually enjoy an aggressive upward explosion. What would we like to see from Cardano? Well, that it enters a range phase. That from here, if it wants to make a trap, whatever it wants, but that it enters a range phase. About this range phase, what would we look for? Wow, incredible. A false breakout that would lead to a retest of a defensive zone. Here we would have the justified trap, and in this zone Cardano would allow us in a clean, safer way to look for the long position at the base of the range. We hope that at some point, if we are lucky, it will offer us the bullish climactic action. As you have just seen, here we did a medium-term technical analysis in the Crypto Insight live stream that I just shared with you. And in the same stream, we went to a 5-minute time frame to do a short-term and immediate-term technical analysis, and we gave great importance to this bearish impulse, to how it had rejected the structure, and our hypothesis was to wait for a correction to then look for short positions. That's why when I saw that, I quickly started drawing this structure with you. Why? Because when the price comes in with momentum, as it has done against a relevant structure and offers us an aggressive bearish impulse. A short that we have tried to take but has jumped to break even. After seeing this type of reaction on the structure, the most likely thing is that we will have these corrections and we will see if in the future we will break, something that is interesting to try to look for. As you have seen in the same analysis on a 5-minute time frame and talking about the short term, we were looking for that correction to look down. Why were we looking for that correction to look down? Well, if you remember earlier, you saw a medium-term analysis in which we expected, from the same point, to enter a range to later look for the big bullish explosion. Since we were expecting that range for various reasons, and at that time we were at an extreme point on the high side and understanding how smart money moves the price, it was plausible for the immediate term to go in search of a short to then wait later for the strong upward movement. This can serve as an example for you to understand that within the same chart, there are analyses of multiple different time frames. And remember that in Crypto Insight and in the videos you are used to watching, we cover all types of time frames. That is why it is very important that you pay close attention to understand which time frame we are talking about at each moment. And now we are going to share with you what we think about the long term of altcoins. But first, welcome to Crypto Insight, your ethical and moral channel for cryptocurrency technical analysis. Here, we really know what we're talking about. We conduct advanced technical analysis that has been developed for over 12 years. We upload videos several times a week. If you're enjoying what you're seeing, let me know and leave a comment with your opinion. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and click on the bell so you don't miss the next opportunity. Let's let's focus. Cardano has just timidly broken its creek to the upside. Not definitively, but it is in process, because if we now look at Polkadot, also on its daily time frame, we will see that its relevant level is at the price level of $9.68, and frankly, we have not yet reached it. Nevertheless, if we zoom in a bit, remember, we are in daily time frame. We have recently experienced a bullish impulse that has worked a small correction that has been channeled, and just a little while ago, with some difficulty and volatility, the price has just broken the structure. Certainly, look, there is room for the crick, and Polkadot should still reach it if we ever want to dream of breaking it to then project future big upward movements. This, as you can see, Polkadot warns us that the fish is not yet sold. Solana is a bit more in line with Cardano, since Solana's relevant level is at $122. At this horizontal level here, notice how they recently confirmed the structure, not once but twice. And now the breakout, in Solana's case, is being aggressive, just like Cardano is starting. If you look at Ling, it shows us a structure that is frankly favorable, since its relevant level is at $17.87, and we have seen how it has recently been pierced. Now it is being confirmed, and in this context, we find ourselves now. In the case of Rune, it is somewhat complex to see, but its relevant level is none other than $6.38, which we identified by drawing a volume profile over almost the entire chart. And where we find a high volume node is at the price level I indicated to you, a price level that has acted very significantly, in which not only on 2 occasions have they even generated a trap for us, but right now we are knocking on the door in front of it. I don't know if you are realizing, but the entire altcoin crypto ecosystem is either close to breaking relevant levels, already touching them, or has already surpassed them, some timidly and others aggressively. So, what do we have left to see to confirm that altcoins are going to enjoy a long stretch? In the case of SHIBA INU, look, how we were monitoring this crick at 11.60, which has already been pierced. For me, it is an advanced structure of a much larger structure, and see if this seems like black magic or what. But the price came to respect the larger crick that we were working on, which is at the price level of 14.86. Well, as you have seen, many cryptocurrencies are in a very similar context. The case of BNB, Binance's coin. We were observing this bearish channel. We gave great importance to this breakout, which was going to project us to look a little higher. And now the price is coming to look for a very relevant structure, which is at the price level of $431. Like all altcoins, you know, they are all holding hands. And before telling you what we think is going to happen with all the altcoins, we are going to make a special mention of the BGB token from Bitget. Here you are seeing its daily chart. Now we are going to an hourly time frame, since its trend is clear. And here I share with you the hourly time frame of the Bitget token. So what were we working on? What we were looking for, even in previous videos, was to see how we could be part of this great rise of the Bitget token, and what we were specifically looking for. Well, that at some point there would be some kind of market trap below the defense zone, a trap that we saw existed here to then try to look for market entries on the defense zone. Like I said, you are now looking at an hourly chart, but frankly, in a much smaller, much lower time frame. This is where those micro opportunities appear, in which we are going to try to capitalize as much as possible, with the hope that at some point the price, if they wanted to, would take us even higher. Unfortunately, that has not happened. It has not taken us very strongly upward, but it has presented micro opportunities that could have been traded, always looking for that macro bullish idea. So what are we waiting for then? We are going to wait for a structure that emerges from some kind of correction to then start considering an entry in this long, right? Let's see if this happens. For now, as I am monitoring this potential defense zone that is yet to be seen. It's yet to be seen. What's yet to be seen? Well, we'll have to see how it develops. This might just go to hell and that's it, and it never gives us the opportunity. But if we see that it doesn't take too long, maybe a trap within a trap, but it comes back quickly and confirms on the confirmation, one could try to re-enter long on BGB. Well, let's update our monitoring on the BGB token. Remember, our obsession is to see this bullish impulse and assess the possibility of looking for some kind of structure that allows us the safest possible entry in case the price allows it to look for a continuation. And now we have updated the chart with this bearish channel. The most sensible thing would be to wait for a structural trap. We don't know if they are going to offer it to us or not, but wait for a trap, and on the bearish structure, or even wait for a new trap on the structure. At these levels, look for long entries. This could favor us with some structural search at least, either at these levels. Maybe it wants to reach the structure, very good areas, or even here previous micros to capitalize on. And if Crypto Jesus desires it, hey, let's see if it takes us. Remember, we're not looking to have a crystal ball, we're looking for interesting areas with a lot of coherence and protection where we can look for an entry. Remember to always use stop loss, you don't want to lose all your capital. Look, to be bullish in the altcoin market, where we can expect a strong, impulsive upward movement, it will be essential that we see the following in the following charts. In the case of Cardano, we need a stronger breakout where we can look for some kind of structural validation that validates the idea of not wanting to return to lower levels, and a breakout of its flat pattern could invite us in the long term to continue looking upward. I'm showing you what you need to see initially to be optimistic in the long term. Look, Polkadot still has some way to go, as you would have to see how it first visits its creek and how it pierces it with strong aggressiveness. Then you would have to wait for some kind of confirmation. And once we see this kind of behavior, we can talk about a whole bullish accumulation process that frankly project Polkadot to look well upward. Remember, we're not trying to have a crystal ball, not at all. We don't know what the market will do tomorrow. We are analyzing market structures and visualizing what we should observe if we want to be very optimistic in the long term. In the case of Solana, we are going to demand a bit more fury. Because look, this trap is what projects an excess of market here. Therefore, let's see if they want to go with a bit more strength. Let's wait for some kind of pullback, some kind of validation that can confirm to us their lack of interest in deepening in such a dark market. This type of confirmation strengthens the idea that the market simply can continue looking up in the long term. As for Chainlink, a bit more of the same. For me, here they are already working on the flat pattern since they have broken the relevant level, have come to validate it. We are frankly very close to observing. And here with caution. If they make the impulse, since we will use the rest of the altcoins that we are seeing as a proxy, we will demand a bit more movement, less Chainlink. For example, decide to generate an impulse that seems to have pierced the flat pattern, and that this could lead the trader to think that we are going up, but instead, this is a trap. That's why we are going to pay great attention to the entire crypto ecosystem, to Cardano, to Polkadot, and to the rest of the cryptos that we are analyzing on a daily chart, visualizing the long term of the ecosystem. Well, with Chainlink, I would proceed with great caution, but the truth is that its chart can be said to be one of the best that can be seen in the altcoin market. So, we will also keep track of it. In the case of Rune, more of the same, we have to wait for this to break strongly, see some kind of validation that does not surpass lower levels, which could project us in the future into that impulsive movement that continues the macro bullish trend of altcoins. Well, the goal of this video is, after having analyzed in previous videos the Bitcoin chart as favorably as it looks, as well as the Ethereum chart, we wanted to analyze the altcoin market to see how different it looks, always with a very long-term perspective. Leave me your opinion in the comments. And if you found this content interesting, like the video, subscribe to the channel and click on the bell to be notified of future posts on YouTube. Don't forget to share this video with your friends and with other trading and cryptocurrency communities. And if you haven't seen what we think in detail about the Bitcoin and Ethereum charts yet, I tell you it is very different from what the altcoins show us. Although I'll give you a spoiler, we are positive. So, if you haven't seen it yet, I'll leave the video analysis in the video you are watching right now on the screen. So don't hesitate and click on this video and you will know our long-term opinion of Bitcoin and Ethereum. Click on the video now, without hesitation.